Have you ever wondered why some seniors seem to grow more vibrant with age, living not just longer, but fuller, richer lives, well into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s? Maybe you once met someone at a family reunion, school event, or neighborhood gathering. A grandparent, a neighbor, someone whose eyes sparkled with wisdom and warmth, who seemed to defy what growing older is supposed to look or feel like. If you've caught yourself thinking, what's their secret? How can I, or someone I love, add not just years to life, but life to years? Please listen closely, because science has now uncovered what I, as a doctor, have witnessed time and again. Seniors who do this one powerful thing tend to live, on average, 10 years longer, and those years are marked by freedom, resilience, and deep purpose. And what is this one thing? It's not a magic pill, expensive supplement, or latest superfood. It's a habit hiding in plain sight, staying consistently connected to people, purpose, and possibility. But before you tune out and think, socializing is nice, doc, but how can that change my blood pressure, my aches, my memory? Let me unpack why this single behavior has such a profound effect on the body and mind. Before we dive in, if you crave more advice like this, tailored for those of us determined to make every year more meaningful, please like this video, subscribe, and stay informed. Let me know in the comments. Do you think close relationships, joyful community, or a sense of purpose has shaped your own health? Type yes if this resonates, or share your experience. I genuinely want to hear from you, and your story will help others feel seen and understood. So what's coming up today? I'll walk you through the evidence, how connection rewires both the heart and brain, according to Harvard and the CDC. We'll talk about how to build this longevity habit, even if you've been isolated, widowed, or are naturally introverted. I'll bust common myths, like it's too late for me, or good genes are all that matter. You'll hear true stories of transformative health change and receive step-by-step tips for weaving more connection into your daily life, no matter where you start. We'll close with rapid-fire bonus tips, a recap of key points, and a strong invitation to join this growing community of thriving seniors. Let's begin with the science. Decades ago, experts thought that genetics and traditional lifestyle factors, diet, exercise, medicine, held all the keys to longevity. These are important, and we'll never ignore them. But the biggest, longest-running studies in history, from the Harvard study of adult development to the CDC's meta-analyses, have proven that social connection is not just nice, it's essential. In fact, chronic loneliness or lack of meaningful social engagement increases the risk of dying prematurely as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and more than obesity or inactivity. This might sound shocking, but the biology checks out. When we're connected, whether through family, friends, volunteering, clubs, or shared hobbies, our brains release chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, which buffer stress, lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and even help memory centers stay sharp. Here's a visual. Picture two hearts side by side. One, surrounded by strong connections, a circle of friends, loved ones, neighbors, even pets, beats steady, supported by protective hormones and lower levels of chronic stress. The other, isolated by poor relationships or disconnection, works harder, facing higher rates of heart disease, immune suppression, and cognitive decline. These aren't just metaphors. MERS and laboratory studies show that socially connected seniors have thicker brain tissue in memory centers and stronger immune responses. Let me share a story from my own practice. Mrs. N, widowed at 75, was withdrawing after her husband passed. She stopped going to church, rarely phoned her children, and began suffering from insomnia and high blood pressure. Her blood work showed high markers of inflammation. Together, We gently rebuilt her social life. Just small steps at first. She joined a twice-weekly walking group for seniors, called an old friend she hadn't spoken to in years, and eventually began volunteering at her local library, reading to children. After several months, her sleep improved, her blood pressure normalized, and, most importantly, her sense of hope returned. She told me, "For the first time since John passed, I wake up looking forward to my day." Science and medicine alone can rarely create that shift. If you're visual, imagine your mind as a garden. Isolation dries out the soil, shrivels roots, stunts growth, leaves things brittle. Connection, in contrast, is like gently watering the soil, letting new seeds, even late in life, sprout and take root. There's no wrong time to build richer relationships. That's the first myth we must break. It's never too late. Let's pause and ask, why does connection work such wonders for seniors specifically? After 60 or 70, the risks of physical decline, loss, or major change increase. Friends and partners pass away, families may move, and physical illnesses can shrink our world. The temptation is to retreat, to protect oneself from further hurt. But those who reach out, who join a book club, share morning coffee with a neighbor, pick up the phone, or even nurture a pet, stem this tide. According to longitudinal studies, these simple acts lower rates of dementia, chronic pain, depression, and even infection, and the benefits grow with time. The more consistent and dependable the connection, the greater the protection. Now, I've met so many people who say, "But doctor, I'm shy. I lost my partner. I don't drive anymore. I'm too old to make new friends." This vulnerability is real, and it's important to honor those feelings, not sweep them aside. Yet almost every powerful health turnaround I've seen has started when someone took a single small step outside their comfort zone. It could be as slight as saying yes to a neighbor's offer for coffee, attending a community center event, joining a club, or simply writing a letter to an old friend. The hardest part is the first moment. Here's a key. If you feel awkward at first, that means you're trying something new, and that's exactly how change begins. No one expects you to turn into a social butterfly overnight. Real connection isn't about quantity, how many people you know, or how many parties you attend. It's about quality and regularity, the presence of one or more people who truly see you and support you. Everyone's connection recipe will be unique. Maybe you're a talker, or maybe you love solitary walks but enjoy greeting neighbors on the way. Research finds that even casual interactions, waving to a mail carrier, chatting with a cashier, smiling at a child, lift the brain and buffer the body from stress. The key is building these into daily or weekly routines so they become almost automatic. Try these powerful micro-connections. Set a daily time to call or message someone, even if it's brief. Attend a weekly club, class, or worship service, even if you just listen. Offer help to a neighbor. Research shows giving support is as powerful as receiving it. Consider pet ownership or volunteering if you're able. Let me bring in another story. Mr. T, a retired mechanical engineer, was always quiet, never the life of the party. After an illness left him housebound for weeks, he felt profoundly alone. At his daughter's suggestion, he joined a virtual chess club, a lifeline during the pandemic. Over Zoom, he made friends from across the country and found something new to look forward to. What started as a reluctant experiment became his anchor. Studies show that even virtual community counts. Phone calls, video chats, and online forums can deliver many of the same brain and body benefits as in-person meetups. Returning to the science, what exactly changes in your body when you practice connection? There's a direct line between warm relationships and increased longevity. Connections reduce the body's levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that ages tissues and harms the heart. They boost immune function, making vaccines more effective and infections less frequent. Social engagement is strongly linked with higher walking speed, better balance, and even improved bone density. MRI scans reveal more brain activity in seniors who regularly converse, laugh, or share with others. It's no exaggeration to say, your relationships are medicine. Third, give as well as receive. Volunteering, even in small, occasional ways, profoundly boosts health. Seniors who volunteer regularly live longer, feel more optimistic, and develop fewer new health problems, regardless of starting health status. Finally, prioritize rituals of contact. Maybe you do Sunday lunch with your daughter, Wednesday morning walks with a neighbor, or you always say hello to the morning dog walkers in your area. Research shows it's these small rituals that turn connection from an event into a life-sustaining habit. Easy ways to add connection. Dedicate one meal a week as a shared meal. Invite someone, even virtually. Schedule a regular walk, call, or coffee visit. Send birthday or holiday greetings. They matter. Join an online discussion, forum, or class tailored for seniors. Let's address some common myths. First, good genes are all that matter. Genetics sets the stage, but lifestyle writes the story. Identical twins raised in different social settings have different health and lifespans. Scientifically proven. Second, I'm too old to change. Research on neuroplasticity proves that our brains can lay down new pathways and learn new social skills at any age, even after 90. Occasionally, health or cognitive challenges, like hearing loss, depression, or mobility changes, throw up barriers. If these affect you, please know you are not alone, and support exists, from hearing aids to transportation services to community volunteers. Your doctor, local library, or even pharmacist can point you toward resources. Let's champion the success stories. Globally, the Blue Zones. Regions famous for their high concentration of centenarians share certain unchanging habits. One of the strongest? Deep-rooted belonging. In Okinawa, Japan, elders belong to moais, lifelong social groups. In Sardinia, Italy, elders are revered and surrounded by family and friends into old age. These are not just cultural quirks. The communities have been studied for decades, and rates of heart disease, diabetes, depression, and dementia are dramatically lower than average. Now, what about when setbacks happen? Loss, changes, health events? It's easy during hardship to pull away. But resilience grows through connection, not isolation. When you talk, vent, laugh, or share, even about the hard things, your nervous system recovers faster. You develop what researchers call stress hardiness, lowering risk for cardiac events, stroke, and mental decline. Time for some rapid-fire bonus tips. Try group exercise. Seniors who walk, dance, or stretch together gain physical plus emotional strength, and adherence is twice as good. Practice gratitude. Sharing thanks with someone, even by text or phone, brightens both your day and theirs. Turn chores into connection. Shop, cook, or garden with others when possible. Pairing routine tasks with conversation. Leverage technology. Apps and video calls can bridge even the most stubborn divides, bringing distant family or new friends close. Finally, let's reframe connection as essential self-care. It's not selfish, nor merely nice. It is as vital as medication, sleep, or nutrition. If you forget, post a note where you'll see it. Connection is my medicine. As we draw to a close, I invite you to pause. Ask yourself, how can I nurture the ties in my life? Who might enjoy hearing from me today? or this week. If it feels daunting, commit to just one small act of connection. A call, a letter, a visit, even a smile. And if you do, come back and share your story in the comments below. You will inspire and lift others by doing so. Let's recap what we've covered, so these lessons stick. Social connection is the single most powerful, proven longevity habit for seniors, more than any antibiotic, procedure, or miracle food. Every form of connection counts: family, friends, pets, community, giving, even casual encounters. It is never too late to build new relationships or repair old ones. All it takes is starting with one step, one conversation, one new ritual. Connection heals not just the mind, but the body, cutting rates of heart disease, memory loss, depression, and even infections by over a third. Your story matters, your presence is needed, and the years ahead can be your most connected, joyful, and fulfilling yet. If you found even one idea helpful, please like and subscribe so you never miss videos that help you and your loved ones stay independent, strong, and inspired. Watch our next video, linked right here, for practical, science-backed ways to build physical resilience and boost brain health as you age. Don't forget to join our senior community in the comments, where your experiences and insights become part of this living, growing source of hope and wisdom.